He could have died. I could have died. He got shot. I rushed him to the hospital.
Trackaholic on the beat.
That chopper get to singing like Patty. My nigga said he stuck in the attic. This Henny in the cup straight had me sticking to the code. My nigga street savvy. My cousin got caught with a stainless. I never showed a gun for entertainment. I'm leaving in this game with who I came with. I told him stay safe. He told me stay dangerous. Had to double back for the second back.
All right. Okay. So like, what's some lessons that you learn hustling, that you know what I'm saying, that you can tell somebody else, like both good and bad?
Always look out for your clientele. Always look out for your customers. I remember Weezy Wee, aka D, used to say, because I used to like pinch the bags, like, because the street mentality, like the grimy streets of the Bay would, you would pinch and keep some for yourself. But D, he got the game from KD, and I did too. But D started earlier than me as far as learning from KD. And KD used to stuff his bags, and they used to just get people to come back. And I learned like how that transitions into business. Like you got to take care of your customers and your clientele if you sell a product, because they'll come back and then they'll tell people, and word of mouth is everything. Like Amazon didn't have commercials. All they had was word of mouth in the beginning. They did not have commercials for years, and they saved money by not paying for promo. But that was because their product was so good that people would tell other people. It was like word of mouth, and it spreads like wildfire. So I learned in the beginning, take care of your customers. Don't cheat nobody. I was giving people over. It'd be some people that are coming like, hey, man, let me weigh this. Can I weigh this? And they would weigh, and I'd be like, hey, if it's over, I get that back. Right. And they would weigh it, and it'd be over, but I wouldn't get it back. I'd be like, man, keep it. And then they trusted me. It built like a lot of trust. It was like, I could, like, even to this day, like if I got a new business venture, people rock with me just because I was good in the streets. And if I'm good in the streets, I'm going to be good legitimately. Like I'm going to run it like I ran it in the street. So I learned, just be good to your customers.
Right. No, that's great. That's, you know what I'm saying? So, okay. So how did these years sharpen your mindset in your business today?
Experience sharpened my mindset, just doing it over and over and just learning from the failures. And then with the advent of the internet, I just started using it as a resource. Like, you can use it to scroll or, just waste time. But like DA did, using it to, create a platform. You could use it for good and bad. I started using it for good. Then I started going to the library, man. I got books. Man, I got so many books. I just started learning from people who were smarter than me. And it sharpened my mind. Like it's like when you work out, you lift weights. Like I was lifting weights in my mind by reading books and listening to podcasts and audio books and stuff like that. That's what sharpened my mind.
Yeah. No, yeah, like I agree. If you hang out with 4 rich people, you're gonna become the fifth one. You hang out with 4 broke people, you're gonna become the 5th one. So yeah, so as long as that you surrounding your surroundings with people that can motivate you and like push you forward, then that's all the best. I swear.
For real, right, like so, I said, I admit I was a follower, and I was following the wrong people. Like if I'm following the right people now, and I'm getting like good results out of it. I know how to be a leader because I learned by following a leader. Like, oh, this is what leaders do. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn that. But yeah, for sure.
I agree. I agree 100%. So so was there a breaking point or like a wake up moment when you knew like that you had to pivot like from the streets to being legit?
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, KD was he was like I looked up to KD because he was like the ultimate hustler. He was very good at what he did. He had legitimate businesses, he ran them well and he did his thing. And I learned a lot from KD. So we got close and we was kicking it. I kept all right. So this is the moment that changed everything for me. I was we was making a business transaction. It was a street business transaction, and I got a call from my cousin, my blood cousin in prison, who needed me to, make something happen for him on the outside. Mind you, I'm closer to KD than I am my cousin because he's been in prison for so long, but he's my cousin. So we wound up doing a transaction, and the people he sent robbed. They took the bag. They tried to rob us, but KD had his pistol on him, and he drew it down. But before he could fire any shots, the dude shot KD, and he started shooting at both of us inside of KD's house. We're in the house, and this is happening. And I jumped over into the kitchen. I'm on the ground. Dude is just shooting because like bullets is like in the ceiling and on the wall. So I don't even think he's looking. I think he's just shooting. But one of the bullets strike KD, and that was when I started waking up. I was like, this really ain't worth it, because I was kind of getting out of the game at that time. California was making weed legal, and I was kind of like seeing into the future, like, man, I don't know if this shit gonna be sustainable. You know what I'm saying? If they make it legal, I'm competing with multi-million-dollar companies. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of getting out at that time anyway, and then this happens. He could have died. I could have died. He got shot. I rushed him to the hospital. I'm calling my wife, my fiance at the time, frantically, like, oh, we just got shot at, KD got shot. And I just was thinking, like, man, it ain't worth it no more. Like, I need to figure something else out. And that was a major, like, that was a wake-up call for me. You know, for me, it was. All I need is one. I don't need to get shot a whole bunch of times or people die. Like, all I need is like one hint from God, and I'm going, I'm gonna listen. So I listened, and I was like, I'm cool.
Yeah, man, and like, man, that's a lesson for anybody that is any young life, any YNs that's currently in the streets. It's not a game. It's not a game, right? This is real life. This is your life, and you need to take control of your life and make something of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you had 2 sons and a fiance when you made your big move to Georgia. What motivated that?
Okay. So that last incident was the icing on the cake. But before that, I was in the county jail, and Sac County is hella filthy and hella dirty and nasty. And I was chopping it up with somebody on. I was chopping it up with somebody on. He was fighting murder, and he kidnapped somebody. But anyway, we was chopping it up. He was chained up, and I was telling him, like, I'm done with this shit, man. Like, this is bullshit. And I'm in the county for some weak shit. I think like some unpaid tickets turned into a warrant. Something weak. False identity. I lied to the police. It was weak, but I was in there though. They put me in that motherfucker for a few months, and I was mad because I was still making money. I wasn't able to make no money. It was weak. But anyway, I'm talking to him, and I'm telling him what I'm gonna do, and he just looked at me and was like, "Well, why didn't you do it?" And I didn't have an answer for him. Like, I'm talking, but I wasn't doing it. And that just made me think, like, like, quit talking. Like, just do the shit you say you're gonna do, and then talk about it later. So when I got out, I was out of here. I told my fiance, like, I'm ready to change some things. And I heard people saying, like, social media reels, like, oh, you could do it right where you at. You could change right where you at. But I wasn't strong enough at that time to just change, and everybody around me is still doing the same shit I'm not trying to do anymore. I was too influenced. Like I tell you, I was influenced by whatever was around me. So I had to get from out of that environment around people doing what I had to get around people that was doing what I was trying to do. And that was legitimate shit. Like, I was trying to do something legitimate. Yeah, when I first got it to Georgia, I was still thinking, like, man, I could really make some money out here. But the connect, the dude I was finna rock with, the connect was in Cali, but the dude I was finna be his connect pretty much. He had killed 2 people because they tried to rob him. And then just hearing the story gave me flashbacks of when I almost got killed. Yeah. And I wasn't even the one doing the robbing. He murdered somebody, but he got off because it was in self-defense. I would have, if I would have had my pistol at the time when I almost got robbed, I would have been him. But I would have still got out because you don't want that blood on your hands. Like, it does something to you. Murder does something to you. I've talked to people who murdered and they can't sleep at night. And then almost getting murdered does something to you. and the common denominator is the streets. Like, why would I even want to be involved in something like that? I've never seen anybody get rich and live to tell the story without coming from the federal, without the indictment that came after. Like Big Meech, like he could tell you the story, but he lost everything pretty much, and he spent all the time in jail. I have kids, and I know my shit wasn't big enough to get no movie deal or no TV series, so it really wasn't worth it for me.
Yeah.
So me talking to dude just made me think like, man, I really don't want to. I came out here to change. I didn't come out here to do what I was doing out there. I would have stayed out there. So I just was like, nah, I don't want to fuck with it, man. I'm through. I'll figure this shit out.
So how did the like transition impact you as a father or as a husband?
Quick story. There was a kid in Carrollton who played football. I knew the young dude. He had a scholarship coming. And I know another individual from Sacramento a long time ago when I first seen something like this happen named Tommy Hall. How he could have went, right? He could have did big things, but he got involved with the wrong people, and he wound up going to prison because he was an accessory to a murder. Fast forward to the other day, same thing happened with a young football player at Carrollton. He murdered somebody. Now, to answer your question, his father was in the streets, so this was kind of native to him. So I didn't want my kids to see that, especially from me. Now, watching it on TV and listening to it in music is still bad, but it's different from seeing it firsthand. When your kids see you doing that, they feel like they got to follow in your footsteps because they look up to you. Most children look up to their fathers, especially if he's a stand-up guy, whether he's running a business or in the streets. And I just didn't want it to be passed down from generation to generation. Even like you hear people talking, and my daddy was a pimp, so I'm a pimp. Like, that's real. Like, people really want to follow in their daddy footsteps. My daddy went to the pen. I'm next. You know what I'm saying? Like, we make it okay. Like, I'm supposed to be in the pen, or I'm supposed to. My daddy got shot 10 times. I'm probably gonna die out here. Like, you make it sound cool, but it ain't cool. I didn't want that for my kids. So I wanted to, instead of being a follower, the follower I wanted to lead by example. So I had to do the things that I'm telling my children to do. I'm not going to tell somebody to don't smoke cigarettes, and I'm smoking cigarettes like my daddy did. My dad don't smoke cigarettes, but he's smoking. So it's like, should I listen to you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I had to lead by example.
Right.
That's why I stopped doing what I was doing.
So yeah. So that like makes me think of a segment that was on this podcast that I was watching with 4Extra. He was funking with 607 Unc. I don't know if you know who
Yeah, I know who he is. I know about the little
beef. Yeah. So he was like 4Extra was like, I'll smoke you right now and go sit in the jail and laugh at you. But it's like we glorify like being sent to the penitentiary as the black culture, and I don't think that that's okay. Our favorite movies has to be Scarface, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, South Central. These have to be our favorite movies. Growing up, all the kids were talking about these movies. I remember one time, like, I got into it with my homie Street Knowledge, rest in peace. But my favorite movie is The Sandlot. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Sandlot, but it's a great movie. It's
a great movie.
Like, man, it's
happy.
Yeah, man.
Good movie. Good ending.
Man. It's about a kid moving to a neighborhood that he wasn't from, which kind of remind me of myself because I moved to Sacramento from the Bay, and this kid didn't know anybody, but one particular kid, Benny Rodriguez, invited him to play baseball. Anyway, this was a great movie, a fantastic movie. And one day we was in the studio, and Street Knowledge said, "What's your fat ass gonna do?" And I said, I don't know where that's from. He said, "What? You don't know what movie that's from? What's your fat ass gonna do?" And the line was from Boys in the Hood, when the dude took the football
the
from
ball.
Doughboy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then he said, "What your fat ass gonna do?" But the way Street Knowledge like said it was like, "What
Like
your
you're
fat ass
supposed
gonna
to know
do?"
that. Like you're black. And
Yeah.
you're supposed to know that.
Yeah. And I
Little
didn't
did
know
y'all
that
know.
line.
Little did y'all know. DA always moved to the drum of his own beat. Is that the saying? Anyway,
Yes.
he's always, and I've always admired that about him because everybody's different. I couldn't do that. Like DA was his own person at a very young age, bro. Like DA always did his own thing and didn't give a fuck what you thought about it. And as a kid, you know, when you're different, people could say things about you because you don't want to conform and be like everybody else. But as an adult, I have to look back and reflect and admire that now. Like as a kid, you don't understand. Like this nigga's a true born leader, and he does what he wants, what he feels like doing. He's not gonna do it because you do it or he does it or she does it. So if y'all him telling that story, y'all gotta really understand how he is. Like his mind has always been like that. Like everybody like Boys in the Hood, like he said, we were programmed. He wasn't finna let the system program him. Now that I'm older, I realize that he's always been different. Like that's nothing. You can ask anybody that we know, they're gonna tell you that nigga was always different. So I can see The Sandlot really being his favorite movie because that was what he liked. Like I like Boys in the Hood because everybody else did. I didn't want to be the one that was made fun of because I didn't know that line to the movie, but that's not right. I should have just been, you know what I mean? I could have been more myself and I would have been further along today. You know what I mean? By just being you know what I mean? But the end of those movies though, now that I'm older, the end of those movies all ended bad. Like we didn't realize that back. They all died in all those movies, but we wanted to be like that. You wanted to die, nigga. That's what you wanted. Look at the message, man. Look at the real. Like the message is what I got out of the movies by watching it for the second and third time now that I'm older.
I agree. But that nigga pissed me off. And he said, he asked me, he said, "Oh, you mad?" And I said, "Hell yeah, I'm mad, nigga, cause you like, bro, you trying to pull my hood card cause I don't know that line." But it's like that doesn't not make me from where I say that I'm from or whatever. It's just like that's what I like to watch. But yeah. So like was Georgia what you expected or did it humble you at first?
It humbled the shit. I came to Georgia still with the mentality of a D-boy, still like, nigga, I got money, nigga. I'm a rich nigga, like, cause when I was in SAC, I was getting to it. So I came out here with the same confidence, but I didn't have the same money because I was spending so much of my little bit of money I had left after getting it seized by the police. I beat my case, my last little case, but they seized all my shit and I lost a lot and I wasn't making money. So money was just going out. And I remember one day being at a job interview, just asking God, like, I don't even know how I'm gonna make it to work if they hire me, like, cause I'm broke. And I pulled out my social security card to give it to the lady, and $100 bill fell out. And I was just like, where did this come from? And I'm just like, okay, God, like he was just giving me little signs, like, just keep going, man. Like it's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I wanted to go back to the game. I just wanted to make money. You know what I mean? Because it humbled me because I didn't have no money, and it was hard operating being a broke nigga. Like after having money to being broke is worse than just being broke your whole life because you kind of used to it. Like I had this mentality, like I got money, but then I would look at my bank account, like I can't act like that. I can't keep spending like that. My wife was used to it. She's still spending like that. Like, we got it. Hey, it ain't like it was. It was 2010, 2011, 2012. But yeah, it humbled me, man. Like being broke will humble anybody.
It will. So what kind of family routines or principles do you live by now?
I live by, we put God first. After that, we put our health first, and then we put family. Like health and family is tied in together, and everything else is just noise. So I just tell my kids, man, be who you are, man. Don't follow the crowds because people really is following the blind. Keep educating yourself. I'm big on education. Like, keep learning. You can ask me what you want to ask me, kids, but things change. So the information that worked for me back in the day might not work for y'all. So y'all still need to learn in today's day and age about how to get to the bag. You know what I'm saying? Legitimately. Because back in the day, they told us to go to college and shit. But, you know, now everybody's in debt. You can make way more getting a trade, you know. So luckily, I listened to everybody. My uncle told me to get a trade. So that was how I got, you know, some money being legitimate. But yeah, just I tell the kids, just keep educating yourself. Just keep learning.
So what kind of business do you run now, and how did it come to life?
I'm invested in the stock market. I grow my money from there, but the business that I have now is a logistics company. I run a cargo van, and I let my kids really run the cargo van business while I'm trading stocks.
That's beautiful. So you're a day trader. How did you get into that, and how is it treating you now?
I got into day trading through trading binary options through a lady I met on Craigslist. I met her online. Everything was done online, and she showed me how to trade binary options. I don't even think it's a thing, but it was in 2016 when I first got my CDL.
This is No Backpedal, where we keep it real and keep it moving. Like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next part. Peace.
Trackaholic on the beat. Danger. That chopper get to singing like Patty. My nigga said he stuck in the attic. This Henny in the cup straight had me sticking to the code. My nigga street savvy. My cousin got caught with a stainless. I never showed a gun for entertainment. I'm leaving in this game with who I came with. I told him stay safe. He told me stay dangerous. Had to double back for the second batch. Follow